Look at that skyline. Oh my days.
Hey guys, your boy, I'm back in town. Today I'm be doing a Q&A. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering where have I been, this, that. It will be explained later on in this video, but for now, I'm gonna do a Q&A. I'm gonna answer your questions. I got questions from Instagram and Discord, so I'll answer you guys' questions. And every time I answer, I'll do a lap because I don't want to keep standing here. I'm getting cold, so we're gonna get started on the Q&A. And yeah, so first one is from my friend Abdullahi. I love you so much, brother. He asked, what do you want to accomplish before you turn 30? So coincidentally, I'm actually doing a 30 before 30 list to compile a list of things I want to do before I turn 30. I know people say, you shouldn't time constrain your goals and whatnot, but a lot of them should be goals that you should be putting a time schedule on for you to hold yourself accountable, for you to finally accomplish something at a certain time or certain age. So it's always good to have goals at a certain age or a certain time. I'd say if you're in your 20s, I'd say make a 30 before 30 list and put deep thought into it. Make sure it's something that's personal, something real for you. And yeah, pretty much. I can't really disclose what my 30 before 30 is because I feel like if I do, it's gonna have it like a negative connotation. Not even a negative connotation, it's more so it's gonna put some sort of evil eye on my list. So I'd rather keep it to myself, keep it close. And yeah. So guys, I'm gonna make a little lap right now because I'm getting freezing cold. So here goes. Okay, so question 2 is from my lovely friend Drugador Ash, my closest friend, probably someone I've known for so long. I can't lie to you, he knows as well. But he asked, what motivates you to keep your fitness journey? So for the past 2 years, I've been working on myself, working on my fitness goals, working on consistency, and it's been a roller coaster. Honestly, I wouldn't say it's been an easy ride. I wouldn't say it's been really, really bad. As there were part good and bad. There's always good and bad. But what I can also say is, what motivates me is waking up every day and expecting to be better than the version I was yesterday. And mainly it comes from the fact that I'm scared of death. Because I know it's a morbid topic and I know people like to hide away from it, but it's all around us. I'd rather live a life of no regrets, and I don't want to die thinking I could have done better. I don't want to die thinking I could have helped someone more, or I could have. And you want to rid yourself of could have been or ifs and whatnot. So for me, I already have enough regrets in my life. I don't want to add on to more. So my fitness journey kind of ties into that. I don't want to regret not working on myself. I don't want to regret not being the best version of myself. Not just for me, for other people as well. So yeah, and also I enjoy it. So every day I make it more enjoyable. When I first started on my fitness journey, on running and all of this stuff that I enjoy, I didn't really make it fun, make it enjoyable for my next session. So it was more like an arduous task that I had to do, and that's why I always tell people, if you want to do something for long, make it enjoyable. Make it something that's you're going to be thinking about for the days to come, or something that you're going to be excited to do again and again and again. So yeah, all right guys, I'm going to run now. So I'll catch you in question 3. 4 now, yeah? So question 4 is from Watermelon Warrior KFC. He asked, how do I motivate myself and what do we need to be better in all aspects of life? I feel like what motivates me is people around me. So I have very, very like encouraging friends. They always try to get me up for the day, or I have a few competitive friends as well I like to compete with, and even those friends that like to compete with me, they motivate me to get up and do better than them. So I feel like that is something very valuable. If you're alone in your journey, if you're alone in running, lifting, anything, all aspects, even studying, it's always important to have that secondary aspect or that external factor that could boost you up. Not every day, but sometimes it gets hard. Everybody goes through blues. Everybody goes through low points. It's winter right now, so it's always going to be cold and dark, and you're going to be mostly alone. And apparently loneliness is the silent pandemic, so it's always good to have someone to up your morale, but at the same time you've got to up your own morale as well. So for me, I think whenever I can't find motivation within myself, I find it within my friends and my family. And you know what's even crazier? I find it within my past self. So my past self, pledging and vowing to become a better person. I feel like that motivates me to get up off the bed and get up and chase my goals. If that makes sense, man. At the same time, we're all human. I'm not perfect, so I always have days where I can't do anything. I can't even like showering gets hard. I do shower, guys. I'm not stinky, but showering gets so long. I have to just get myself up after like 2 hours of procrastinating, rotting in my bed. So it's always good to find external factors. And I can't believe I haven't said this, but my God, Allah motivates me for sure. So me praying to God, me reading Quran, and um, just remembrance of Allah, that Allah loves me, that makes me motivated to please Him, to do better by Him. And yeah. Okay, guys, question 4's done. I'm gonna do the little run because I'm getting really cold. Catch you guys. Okay, so guys, question 5 is from YNN Farah. You know who you are. I don't want to say too much. We've kind of got to know each other last year, and I appreciate you. You've always been in my comment sections and supporting me. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's not always people that have spent a bunch of time supporting you. Maybe people that you don't even know that are your biggest supporters in life. So I appreciate you. To your question, it is best tip you can give to people who are trying to start being healthy overall. Sports and food. Okay, so I said it already previously, but make anything fun, you'll do it for a long time. But in terms of food, food is a bit different because food, there's more to it than sports. Food is where most of the changes of your body will happen. So, like you know, all these gym guys say, 80% kitchen, 20% gym. So, your food is who you are. You know, you are the food that you eat. So it's important to eat foods that are um, as organic as possible, less processed. I know we live in a processed society, but to make it easier for you and all of us is to eat foods that are whole and just organic and original, you know, to their own nature. So I know it's hard to find them nowadays. You got to go through places like farmers market and like fruit markets and all that kind of stuff. But what I can say is try to eat as clean as possible because your body will thank you. And guys, I'm freezing. Your body will thank you, and it's always important to give yourself what you deserve, really. But at the same time, it's all about having balance. So having that 80%, having 80% eating good food and 20% eating the foods that you like. You don't want to just have a strict military regime, eating the same chicken, eating the same tuna. You know what I mean. So it's always important to switch it up. Sometimes have yourself a little celebration, have yourself a little Kit Kat, or you know something to kind of celebrate the win that you had. So let's say you have 6 days of clean eating. 7th day you can go out and get yourself something to eat, and you'll thank yourself. Honestly, you'll thank yourself, and you'll have something to look forward to. It will motivate you to look forward to it every single week. And yeah, I hope that actually answered your question. I'm really freezing, so I'm trying to speed everything up. But yeah. So question 6 is, what have I learned on this 75 hard journey so far by Haytham? Haytham, I appreciate you. Once again, a friend that I've only known for maybe like 6 months, nothing too long, but appreciate him. He supports me, I support him. And keep up on your journey as well, bro. But this question is about the 75 hard. So what I've learned is, I've learned that it's not sufficient to keep doing 75 hard for the whole year. So a workout a day for every day is not sufficient, especially if someone like me is doing it. Because me, I push myself to my limits, and although that's good, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. So if I'm doing it for a long period of time, the intensity will only get to you. But at the same time, I've learned that being consistent in something for a long period of time, it's going to become you. So one of my requirements was to read the Quran, like one page of Quran every single day for 75 days. And now, I feel like if I don't do it, like in the day, it'll have ruined the day. So the day wouldn't have been a good day if I didn't. So I'm more inclined to read more. So getting into it, getting into anything, if you have it as a requirement, for maybe even 30 days, it don't have to be 75 days. If you do something for 30 days, it'll be uh, it'll be engraved in your mind and your body that, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this because it's natural. It's like brushing your teeth. It takes 30 days to build a habit. That's why Ramadan is very important. Ramadan is very important. especially if you want to build habits, and it's coming up very very soon. So if you want to build habits in a 30-day period. And yeah, what's it that hard? I'd say if you want to get into fitness, if you want to get into a routine, I'd say start it. I say start the soft version if you're new to just fitness in general, because sometimes hard the requirements are a bit too difficult for newcomers. But I'd say 75 soft is will go to. The requirements are a bit less, the times are a bit less, so I'd say get into that. And yeah, hope that answered the question. Question 6 or 7, I kind of lost count. But this question is from Warsame. Appreciate you, bro. You're my Insta buddy. I don't think we've met each other for that long, but I appreciate you for sending a question. But you asked how much do you think getting your fitness and productivity up has translated to your deed. So coincidentally, it's actually something I was talking about in a previous question about the 75 hard. But I feel like, as bad as this sounds, I feel like starting running for me has got me to be more consistent in my prayers and in my reading Quran. So I feel like doing something hard like running, no one likes running at the end of the day. It's something that no one likes. You know, you're going out in the cold or going out in the heat or extreme conditions. You'd rather be at home. You'd rather be on your treadmill, if that, or you'd rather be at home in your bed. It's nice and warm. But for me personally, running, pushing myself out of the door to run has made me a more resilient person, more hardened by the strict regime, not strict regime, but the difficulties of running. You know, injuries and how impactful it is on my bones, and my arms, and my legs. You know, in general, just I feel like running for me was so hard compared to gym as well. Running for me was so hard to get into and progress. There were moments where I just gave up, and there were moments that I had a long period where I wasn't running. I feel like with every run that I did, it's progressed me to start focusing on things that are less difficult, but I've made it more harder for myself. For example, praying on time and praying in a masjid and reading Quran, even a little bit of Quran a day. I made it such a difficult task, a thing that's like I would just leave off for a few days or a few months even. There was as bad as it sounds, there was a few months where I didn't read the Quran for a while, and you know, I've hated myself for it, and I still hate. That's one of the regrets that I really I have in my mind. But what I can say is, it translates well by doing hard things. Your brain starts to make other things that you deem hard less hard. So let's say running for me now is hard, and I continue to do it. It'll get easier, but the hard part is continuing it. Other things will translate. For example, let's say my diet. It will translate to my diet. It will translate to other aspects, if that makes sense. So I hope I answered your question or something. Appreciate you, my bro. Speak soon. Okay, guys, on to the last 2 questions on Discord. I'm absolutely frozen. My hands are just gone. I can't even press the record button without shivering. But guys, the last 2 questions are from Discord, and one of them is from Rodney, very, very close friend of mine. I haven't seen you in a while, so link up soon. But you asked me like 10 different questions, but I'll only answer 2 of the questions. But your 2 questions I'm gonna answer is what wakes me up in the morning. So this is an interesting question. What wakes me up in the morning? As bad as it is, I'm a terrible morning person. I try my best to avoid waking up in the morning if I don't have to. If it's not work, I'll wake up at noon. And as bad as that sounds, I know it's terrible, but it's just how I am. I feel like I'm not a morning person. If I force it, for me personally, I don't want to force things that I'm not, well, that I can't do. So me forcing to become a morning person it's not me. But at the same time, I know mornings are very vital. I'm going to start incorporating it when I can. For example, if I want to record, if I want to fly out somewhere, I'll always wake up in the morning. If it's something that I have to do for myself, if it's prayers, I'll always wake up in the morning. So what wakes me up in the morning is missions that I set for myself the previous night. So let's say I'm sleeping. I always do this. When I sleep, I'm always journaling or writing something that's important for me to do in the morning for the next day or the next day in general. So I always write or journal on voice notes what I'm going to be doing the next day, and it's like kind of like a mission for me. As weird as this sounds, I'm an anime fan, so I always connotate a lot of things to solo leveling, and I always like like I don't know if a lot of you guys have not watched anime, but the people who have watched anime, you guys know about the requirements that Sunju Woo has to do all the time. The requirements are part of the game that he's part of. I don't want to speak too much. I feel like I'm a nerd, but what I'm saying is I treat things as a game and I gamify it. And waking up in the morning is having those set requirements and trying smashing them all, or at least most of them by the end of the day. I'm not feeling too bad about it if I don't. And yeah, pretty much that motivates me. My second question, the second question that Rodney said, let me bring it up here. Okay, so the second question that Rodney said was, what are my current limiters or hurdles that I've yet to overcome? So, of course, that means what are my weaknesses in other terms, things that I've yet to master. So I feel like for me, personally, my limiters are my perfectionism. I feel like I need everything to be perfect, or at least close to perfection, pretty much. I need it to be clean, and whatever it is, even like plans with friends, or traveling, or my standpoint as I am, my financial, my fitness, and I feel like I'm too hard on myself. Other people, I'm really soft on them, if that makes sense, and I really feel for their grief, for their whatever they're going through, whatever they've done, their activities. Sometimes they amaze me and they think they have done good themselves. For myself, though, I feel like that's something I need to overcome, because I'll never truly appreciate all of the hard work, all of the effort that I'm putting into the things I'm doing, the things that I love. So I need to love. I feel like that comes from a place of self-love. So I feel like I'm not quite there yet in terms of self-love, but at the end of the day, I always tell myself that it's something that it's gonna take time. You know, life is meant to be figured out. I'm still 20s. I'm in my 20s, so it's something that I need to just keep living life to completely get rid of. If that makes sense. So it won't come overnight. At the end of the day, there's no overnight success. Overnight success does not exist. So it's all about every day, 1%, and pretty much, yeah. That's the end of the video. I'm so cold, my hands are freezing. I feel like I'm not even saying words to you guys right now. I'm stuttering and stumbling. But guys, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you all, and more videos to come, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.